Hi everyone, Radhe Radhe. In this video, we're going to be doing chapter 14, verse 18. Bhagavan Shri Krishna is continuing to talk about the modes of material nature, and he's talking about all three modes, where we go after this life is over, where we go based on which mode we're primarily living at. So let's call out to Bhagavan Shri Krishna. Let's really call out to purify our hearts. I'm getting a little emotional because I'm feeling like, I'm feeling a little bit resentful about some things, and I know that it's not good for me, and it's not, it's got nothing. So I'm gonna go in that direction. You can follow along. If you feel like you have any resentment in your heart or whatever. Okay, let's do the prayers. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Dear Bhagwan Shri Krishna, please help us understand these words. Please help us be in the mode of goodness. Please help us transcend the mode of goodness and be into transcendental love. Please help us understand love in terms of just pure giving, not needing anything, not needing respect from other people, like Shikshashtakam verse 3 says, Amani na manadena. Let's please give us this understanding and this intense love in our hearts, real, genuine, deep love in our hearts, that we don't need anything from anybody. We can just give, give, give. And even if the person is not giving us credit, if the person is not giving us honor, respect, whatever, it doesn't matter. We can just be in a place where we can give without, we can, yeah. Initially, of course, right now I'm in a place where I want to set boundaries and I want to be clear and I want to, surround myself with what feels good to me at the moment. But please help me get to the place, or help us, for those who want to get to the place where we can just love in such a deep way that none of these things, what the other person does, doesn't matter to us. How the other person reacts or responds doesn't matter to us. We are just loving because we want to attain you, Krishna. We want to attain love, and attaining love for you is not possible until we are just out and out loving. So please help us get to that place where we're out and out loving, so that we can attain you, because that's the only thing that will give us joy. Okay, let's sing the verse together. Urdhvam gachanti sattva madhye tishthanti rajasah jaghanya gunavrittistha adho gachanti tamasah. Those situated in the mode of goodness gradually go upwards. Wait, I was like, did I turn the screen on? Those situated in the mode of goodness gradually go upward to the higher planets. Those in the mode of passion live on earthly planets, and those in the abominable mode of ignorance go down to the hellish worlds. So in this, so basically, I think the direct translation is what this here he says. Those situated in the mode of goodness rise upward. Those in the mode of passion stay in the middle. Those in the mode of ignorance go downward. So I think that's the direct translation. Gachanti, go down, adhaha, and middle, upward is urdhavam. So he's not saying higher planets necessarily, but the higher planets comes from this Srimad Bhagavatam verse 11:25-22, where he says those in Sattva reach the higher celestial abodes. Otherwise, the middle is Earth planet, and this thing is hellish worlds. So that's what he has put here. I mean, it's upwards. He's not said upwards to the higher planets. He's just said upwards, in the direct this thing. And adha means down, and middle is somewhere. Madhya means middle for sure. Okay, so yeah, so that is a direct translation. But what he means by it is higher planets, and so then he's talking about like people in the mode of goodness go to Brahmaloka, which is the highest condition of life. And then people here can, its mode of passion is mixed. It can, the person can either remain on earth as a king or a rich man, but people can also go down. So it's like it's a mix. We're not sure where exactly people with the mode of passion will go, or there's a chance of becoming mad in the next life, which is very interesting. The lowest is very risky. We might go beneath the human level to any of the 8 million species of life, and then once we go there we have to work our way up. I think the only way to bypass that a little bit is if if a devotee, a human devotee, is chanting the Maha Mantra, or saying the words, saying the divine couple's names, Radha or Krishna or something. Then there is a possibility. People say if you say Radhe Radhe twice, then you can get human birth. And anybody, if you're going outside and saying Radhe Radhe and the grass is hearing you, then those souls will become humans in the next life. Something like that. So, but otherwise, you're just basically, you have to go through all of those 8 million species, or wherever you have landed up in your mode of ignorance. If you have landed up as, I'm making a wild guess here, but like, I'm assuming that the amoeba is a lower form. So if you've landed up as an amoeba, then you have to go through most of 8 million. But if you've landed up maybe as a cow, then you have less species to work through to get to the human level. But you have to work through whatever is there in the next thing. So that is the tamasaha condition, and that is very, so yeah, be careful not to be in the tamas mode. Try not to be, but move yourself out. And the only way to do that is the system of Krishna consciousness, to move, like, to the opportunity for men to be elevated in ignorance and passion, to be elevated in goodness, to goodness, is through Krishna consciousness. So Krishna consciousness will move us through the tamas guna, through the rajas guna, through the modes of ignorance to transcendental. So it's not just the goodness to transcendental. The chanting, it will purify our hearts, and it will pull us out of the tamas guna also. And doing deity worship, or doing any kind of service or seva, or loving God, loving other people, just all of that will pull us out of that, help us go through to the higher stages. And yeah, what Swami Kundanan talks about is the college admissions. Like, some people will go to best colleges and then worst colleges, depending on like the grades and how much you work. So yeah, put in effort. The only thing that matters really is our effort. The results are not in our hands. The results are something that Bhagwan Shri Krishna gives us. That's what Sachinandan Maharaj says in his Living Name book, right? The Sri Rangam temple, he says, the last gate, I think, are 7 gates or something, like 3 gates, 7 gates, 9 gates, I'm not remembering, opens only from the inside. We cannot open it. Only God can open it. So it's the same with us. We can put in all of our effort. Only God can pull us out of these states to the next state. Only God can put bhakti in us. Only God can put love in us. But we still have to make an effort. He will do it when he sees the effort. He will choose to do it whenever he chooses to do it. It could be, it could be over a moment, and it could be lifetime. So we don't know. But when we put in our effort, and we make a diamond throne in our hearts for him, for Radha and Krishna to sit in our hearts, then he's happy to come to us. He's more likely to come to us because he's going to choose us. He's going to see the effort that we're making, and he'll be pleased with it, and he'll hopefully be pleased to intensify our attachment to him. That's what Sachinandan Maharaj says. He's so beautiful, Sachinandan Maharaj. Anyways, that Living Name book is amazing. I've mentioned it many times. I would highly recommend you buy it. It's very expensive, but it's worth it. It's like one of those books that you buy and you just keep for life. And I use it, I read it, I open it when I'm chanting every day. Like, it's, I mean, if I'm chanting with some focus, then yes, it's so good. Okay, so that's it for this verse. We'll do chapter 14, verse 19 in the next video. Wish you a day filled with lots of spiritual growth and Krishna's mercy. Radhe Radhe.